Yes, people, welcome back to Above the Knee. I am Liam, and as always, we are joined by Jay Extended. Jay, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. First WSL player on.
Buzzing. Yeah, we've got a very special guest, Leicester City's Shannon O Brien. Shannon, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I didn't know I was the first WSL player on, so that's a bit of pressure.
Yeah, how was your festive break? We start with that, obviously, fresh into 2022 now. But how's your festive break?
Yeah, it was really good actually. It was nice to have a little break away from football. It was nice and chill, just with the family and that. Obviously, can't really go out and do a lot, but made the most of it. How was yours?
Yeah, it was good. I just love being like with everyone. Like even if I'm one of the people that doesn't really need to do something, but no, like if you're just sat with someone watching TV, like that's quality time to me. Like I don't need to be, we don't need to be doing something. We don't have to like be, I don't know, doing whatever, like really engaging, just sitting near people I care about and being in someone's presence is enough for me.
No, I agree. I'm like that.
So yeah, so it wasn't too bad. Right, let's get straight into it. We're in January, so it's a year almost, or near enough to the month since you've been at Leicester.
Yeah.
Summarize your year for us.
Crazy. I was actually looking at it because I actually started like the whole process of Leicester in like November time is when I first got that call. So when I was thinking about January and thinking about New Year's resolutions and stuff like that, I was thinking about how it's been only just been a year and how much has happened. I don't know what to even say about it. Like in my head, I haven't been here for like that long, and obviously a year is quite a while, and the whole transition that we've made and stuff. So a lot has gone on, but in my head, it feels like literally a month or two ago I was joining. So, but at the same time, about 100 million things has happened. So yeah, it's been absolutely mental to me. I don't know how it's flew by so quick, but yeah, a whole year of just like being a professional footballer in my head is just something crazy to me that I didn't think was going to happen anytime soon. But here we are, and yeah, it's been so mad to me, so crazy. But honestly, loved every single second.
Are you still pinching yourself a bit? As it set in? I know, like you said, year is a long time, but at the same time, it's not a long time. Yeah. I think like recent times more have shown that a year flies by, man. Like.
I think I pinch myself all the time, but just over different things. I think sometimes I feel like you take it for granted. So when we come back in and I walked around again, I was just like, oh, like back to work. But obviously it's just playing football in the day. Yeah. And then, yeah, I think especially now in this league, I think you pinch yourself all the time about, being on Sky and even just like random things like when you see Emile in the corridor sometimes and he's just chatting about like random stuff that he's done. And I'm just, yeah, it's just mad. Like so many different things happen and I just don't feel like I should be in this situation, but I am. So in my head, yeah, it don't make sense, but yeah, it's happening. So I'm happy.
No, you've absolutely worked for it. We always, Jay, I feel like we do this every single episode. We always,
everyone
we just give everyone give yourself your props, man.
Everyone's kind of
you
shy.
Deserve to be there. Yeah.
No, thanks.
Let's talk on like playing on Sky and games being on TV. Is it like, what was that first like for you? Like the first game that was on Sky, was your phone going mental like after? Or
yeah, so it was Chelsea away. So obviously we knew it was going to be a mad game. And it's one of them when you're kind of a bit like, you're happy it's on Sky, but at the same time, you know what could happen in the game. So you're a bit like, oh, yeah. One of them. But I think everyone was just like, wow, like for me anyway, for my first game on Sky, I think a few girls had probably been on Sky before. But I was texting everyone, every family member, every friend, everyone that I knew, put it on my Instagram. I was just like, just watch the game, just for like the walkouts at the beginning when you have like your little face walkout and that. I was just like, this is mad. So yeah, I was making sure, and then everyone was like recording it and then sending them to me. So yeah, we lost, but it was a positive game for us, I think. And then yeah, all the attention that we got after, yeah, it was crazy. It was so sick though. Just I think I my dad recorded the game, and I just went straight home and I just watched the whole game again, just because it was on my TV. So yeah, it was mad.
No, that is a mental feeling. Do you keep all the recordings?
Yeah, it's kept. Yeah, that and the Arsenal game are kept.
Showing the grandkids.
Oh yeah, I've done the same. Like with some of my TV appearances, that like in my like Virgin record thing. Like, I'm like, why is Match of the Day in there? I don't need to know what happened a month ago. Like, I know the results. Like, everything changes. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. And it's like such a mind blowing feeling when you were like recording the walkouts and stuff. Like, did you do that like a training ground sort of thing?
Yeah, so we had like a big media day, but we thought it was just Sky by themselves, but there was like loads and loads of different things to do. And Sky was mad because it was like this, you could see the camera, like, so when we were getting recorded, other people could watch what it looked like on the camera, and it looked like so clean that it was so thick. And people were like videoing in the bits and stuff. But it was so busy and crazy. The cameras, the amount of crew and that were there. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that mad and that professional, but it was. So yeah, it was sick, and it took ages as well. So we were there all day, but yeah.
Does it change your kind of like, if you know you're going to play live, does it kind of change your kind of mental state, or you're just like taking it as any kind of game?
I think maybe the first game, everyone was a bit like, oh, it's on Sky, but I think you have to kind of just look at it as that every other game's on the FA Player anyway. So they're all live really. Obviously Sky, you probably get a lot more people watching it, but I think the first game was a bit of the nervy one, but then once we played Arsenal, we were a bit like, all right, we've played on it before now, like we don't need to be that nervous. But yeah, I think you just have to try and think, oh, it's just a normal game, and the same people are probably watching it that watch on the FA Player as well. So
so from when you joined to the start of this season, was there a big difference in like the feeling around the club?
Yeah, I think towards the end of last year, there was kind of a bit of a buzz around. I think we all kind of just knew at that point that we were going to go up and everything was going on. So that kind of carried on. Then it got to a point in pre-season when I think everybody kind of come in and we got to know everybody, but then it kind of got to a point where we were like, oh, actually, like the league starts in like 2-3 weeks. So like it's actually getting a bit real now. But yeah, the atmosphere was good. I think everyone was really excited. A lot of the girls, especially that had been here before, they were excited to just try and make some history in the Super League. So yeah, the atmosphere has been good. And to be honest, like regardless of the results and stuff that we've got, I think the atmosphere has kind of stayed the same. I don't think there hasn't really been a negative vibe around training or anything. So I think that's one thing that's probably helped us a lot more than we realise, is that we have kind of stayed positive throughout, regardless of what's happened so far.
No, that's a good way of putting it. Let's talk like inspirations. I just feel like you're still super young coming into WSL. Like you'll be playing against players that like you probably idolized growing up.
Yeah.
Like just who are a few of your inspirations then?
I think from the WSL, the first people that I remember watching from England games and stuff, which is kind of the first women's football games I watched, were people like Frank Kirby and Steph Houghton, the bigger names. And then you have, like the older players, Karen Bardsley, people like that. They're just the kind of people that I watched. But then, even last year when I wasn't in the Super League, I was still watching the England games and still watching, Nikita Paris, Beth Mead, people like that. So you're literally against, even like Miedema, I think she was one person that come quite out to people that don't really watch women's football just because of a goal scoring records and stuff. So yeah, I think people like that, just the bigger names in football, because they're the kind of people that jump out to you at first when you don't really know anything about women's football. So yeah, crazy, because I feel like when you play against them, you don't really think anything of it, but at the same time you go home and you're like, oh, actually, like I've just played against these people that played at the last World Cup, and I'm 20. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad. So to me, yeah, it's crazy to think that I'm playing against people like that, because obviously in the game, in the moment, you don't think anything of it, and then as soon as you go home, you think about what they've achieved in their careers and what you're thinking, while I've just played against them and matched up against them. So yeah, it's positive, and it's something you have to think about, have to reflect on. But yeah, in the moment, you don't really realize who you're playing against until you step back and realize.
Speaking
That's
of
so mad.
Nikita Paris, it's like, what was it like, especially that game against Arsenal? It really was like, I think that was her best game the whole season. So it's like, when you watch someone on TV, when you watch someone on TV and then like you actually play against her, how did it feel? Was you kind of like, I've seen her do that, and it's kind of like you kind of have to try and stop that the best you can?
Yeah, I think it does help, because you obviously know what they're about and you know how they want to play. So yeah, I think she was obviously, like you said, that was probably her best game for Arsenal, which was great for us. But yeah, she, to be fair, like we expected it. We knew she was good, so it didn't really help. We got a red card and stuff. But yeah, I think it was mad because like I said, we know what she was about, but it was just obviously she was just good on the day. Couldn't really do anything about it. So yeah, one of them.
So that's crazy. I always thought, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me being like a non-player, that like playing against people that you've watched on TV, you go, oh my god, I'm playing against this person.
Yeah,
but then I guess when it gets down to it, you're like, I've not really got time to be in awe. Like I've got a mark here. Like I've not got time to be like, oh my god, you're well sick. Like I need to be thinking.
Yeah, it's true. I think if you asked me like 6 months ago if I was in the same position, I'd have probably been a bit more like that. But I think now I'm in the league and like played like 10 or 11 games and how many, but I think you kind of get used to it. I know it sounds stupid, but yeah, 6 months ago I'd probably have been like, whoa, like looking around. But especially when I was at Carve and I was playing against like Tottenham, for example, to us, that's like a massive game, so they're big names, and I'm thinking, wow. But then now I'm like playing against Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and it's like I don't think anything of it. But yeah, it's just because you're getting used to the league and the players. Otherwise, yeah, you wouldn't really be great in the game, would you, if you're just staring at them for 90 minutes?
Playing at the King Power, what's that been like?
And winning, don't forget that.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that one was nice. Yeah, King Power is crazy. It's massive. We actually have a training pitch that's the same size as the King Power, and everybody hates training on it because it's the biggest pitch and you have to do the way for it. So yeah, King Power is crazy. Especially like they do the same pre-match stuff as the men. So the song they play before we come out and the big like countdown thing, it gives you like goosebumps and just makes you so ready for the game, because especially with the crowd that we get as well, they are actually really loud, and we get a lot more than we probably expected we were going to get. So yeah, probably the best pitch in the league. So yeah, we can't complain. It's something that we really appreciate.
When did you find out that you like? When did like the team get sat down and like you're gonna be playing there, or did it just sort of like, did you find out at the same time as everyone else, or was it like
no? That one we actually did get told. Yeah. So we got told we were playing there for our last home game of last year. It was kind of like, you might be there, you might not. But then we kind of just thought we definitely will be if we're gonna lift the trophy and stuff. So then once that happened, we were then told we were leaving our home ground. And then in our heads we're just like, oh, well, where else was there in Leicester to play other than the King Power? So I was thinking, surely not. Like, I was talking to my dad about it, and we were just like, there's no way we're going to play all our games there. So there must be somewhere else, maybe outside of Leicester or something. And then so I think one of the girls told me, and I thought, it's probably just a rumour. And then we did get told, 80% of your fixture is going to be at King Power, and then obviously the rest, if there's a men's clash, it'll be at Burton. But we were just like, we'd take one game at King Power, so 80% is just
that's so sick.
Mad. It's so sick.
I love that. That's one of the reasons I love Leicester. Like, I just think, like, to hold the women's team in the same esteem and let them play, like, that's wicked. Like, they're both Leicester City, and let them play at the home of Leicester City. Sick.
Yeah, it's so good, and it's true. Like, they do they do treat us the same, which is something that I always have said about them, is you do get treated like equal to them. So yeah, we love that.
I went to the Birmingham game, and even before you guys had scored the goal, like the fans just took the place up, and it's just like the way you see people dance, and it's like, it's great to see that from a fan base. The guys really came out, and like that really lifted the team. And like, obviously when Ashley kind of pumped up the fans and they went mad, it was just one of those places you had to be. And I think that really does help teams a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Ash is one of them that knows that how important that is to us as well, you know, being from Leicester. And so when she did that, I think everybody kind of realised that, you know, they're just as important to us as they think they are. So yeah, it does make a massive difference. And it's not, we don't just say that, it does actually make such a big difference in the game.
It does feel like one of them cliches, doesn't it? Saying like,
it does. It's one of them when you just like, people just think you're saying it for the sake of it, but it genuinely does help. Like if it's silent in the crowd, now you don't get anything from it.
You can feel the tension though, I feel. Like, even not as a player, like if I'm in the crowd, I'm like this, and it's starting to get, your team starting to maybe like a couple of loose passes, or they're getting closed down a bit quick. Like you can feel it. You're like, oh, like, come on, like make some noise, innit? Because they can fucking sense this. They can sense this, you know. Yeah,
that is true. Like, especially when you're on the ball and you've maybe lost the last pass that you made, and then the team's kind of like losing possession back and forth. And then you get the ball and someone's running at you and the crowd like just silent. You just like you take a big deep breath.
Give me something.
Yeah.
What was your footballing journey like? Like growing up, football. What was your like first experience of football?
I think my first playing experience was I used to just play for my boys' local team. It's literally like 2 minutes away from my house. When I think I was 6, maybe 5 or 6, and then the team folded, so then I used to just play like school football, and then one of my teachers at school then sent me to another boys team, and then I played there from 7 until 13, and then I joined Villa Academy. But for watching football, my first memory is definitely Champions League final 2005 Liverpool. Just because I don't even know how old I was, 4 maybe, but I just remember watching the pens with my mum. My dad was away, but I was watching the pens shouting miss, miss, miss. Like I probably didn't even know what's going on, but that's my first memory, and that's why I'm a big Liverpool fan.
It's mental how memories like stay in your head when it's like you think back and you're like, there's no way I should remember this, but you're like, I do. Yeah. You're like, I don't know how, but I do remember it. Yeah, sick. I feel like 5 to start playing football was well young, like especially like organized sport, like full teams. I think that's well young. I swear I didn't start playing until like 8, 9. Like I played in school, but never like an organized team at that young. I find that mental.
To be fair, I never actually realised how young I was until I joined my other boys team, and then I realised how long I was there for, because I knew I was there for a good while, but I left at 13, so I thought I must have been here from when I was really young, and I think I must have joined under 7s there. So yeah, I must have been at my first team, 5 or 6. So yeah, it's mad really, because I don't have many like football memories from that time, but just to know that I was actually playing is a bit mad. Yeah.
And then obviously Villa, was that your first all girls team?
I played for like a Saturday team, just like a local team, and then used to play on a Sunday with the boys. So I had quite busy weekends, and then once I left my boys team, then I joined Villa and then quit that girls team. But I was only there for like a year. And then I joined Villa. And then actually I was at Cov when I was really young, but I remember I think I played 1 game and quit because I was used to playing with the boys and I didn't want to play for them. So I quit the team, and literally after 1 game, and my 2 coaches were actually 2 players that I played with at Cov when I joined a few years ago. So they were just like, it's mad because I literally taught you as like an 8-year-old, and now like you're playing the same team as me. So that was mad. But yeah, Villa properly was my first proper proper girls team. Yeah.
You're rapid, so it's kind of like, do you focus on being fast, or is it kind of like just a natural thing? Because obviously sometimes people can say like, I don't know, I'm running it. Yes. It's like, have you always been quick, or is it just something you just worked on and it's just gotten better over time?
I don't think I've always been quick, like not really quick. I used to do like long distance at school. I mean, I did used to do like 100 meters and stuff, but that was just because no one else at school wanted to do like running. That was a girl.
It's a day off school, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's why I did that on sports day. I used to do like 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter. Yeah. But to actually go and compete somewhere, I used to do like longer distance. And then it was only, I'd say once I started playing up front more, that I think I realised that was quicker than what I thought. I used to play as a 10, so I never used to have to really sprint. In Miano, was kind of just ball to feet, turn and stuff. So I think, once I started playing up front, I realised, but I never focused on it. I never even realised until I actually just ran one time and thought, oh, actually, like you're actually quite quick. So, but I think my stride lengths are really short. So I used to get told when I was at Villa that if I carried on running the way that I ran, that I would get injured because it was like really strange apparently, which I never knew. Obviously, I never even took any notice. So, I mean, I haven't even worked on that. I feel like it's just kind of got better. People still say that I run weird now, but I don't actually know.
It works for me. It is what it is.
Yeah, but it works for me, so I have to just stick with it. I can't change it. Definitely not now anyway.
Is that like mad reassuring, like being fast?
Yeah.
Like, but not even like some players are like quite humble with it. Like you saying it, like, I didn't even realise I was fast. Like players like my head, like players like Kyle Walker, who are like, I can give you a yard. Or if I'm thinking about winning this header and it's like, actually, now I'm just gonna turn and run. And like he knows that no one can beat him. So like for you, is that like almost a psychological thing? It's just like, I can step up here, but if I don't make it, I can just turn and burn anyways.
Yeah, see, well, this is what I get on corners. So I never used to be up for corners because we used to do like the Brentford corner where everyone goes up and you literally leave no one back. And then I was always left on the edge because it was, if we lose the ball, you're getting back. So that's what I always have in my head, is that I'm going to be the one. If it goes over my head, I've got to sprint back and go and get it. But I was always confident I would get it. But if like someone was stood on the halfway and got it in turn, I don't think I would back myself to get it there. But yeah, sometimes I'm a bit like, you know what, you can afford to go and press and step a bit, because even if there's no one behind you, you can just turn and just get back. Or to be honest, I'll just take a foul and just wipe someone out. I'm not really that bothered. Yeah,
that's the thing. Foul. Some you got to do it. It's an art. Yeah. It's an art. Tactical fouls are an art.
Yeah.
Look at like Rodri this weekend. Like,
yeah.
Oh, Rodri's the best at it. Absolutely best at it.
Him and Fernandinho. Like, I can't remember. I think it was against Liverpool. We made like 12 fouls. Didn't get booked.
Honestly, like, they're so crazy to watch. They don't get booked for anything. It's unbelievable. Like, they're the best. They're the best at it.
It's just. I think that's just like I don't understand how you do it, or like I'd like you must have to be like so cute. But also like depends on the referee, because some referees will be like zero tolerance. Like you always feel like I hate it in a derby. It's my worst thing if there's a derby and the ref books on the first foul and you're like this game ain't gonna be the one. But if you like let a few go, you're like, yeah, this is big. I always remember the one. It wasn't a derby, but it was City Liverpool, and Joe Flanagan wiped out Sterling. And Liverpool, like, Anfield erupted, innit? And I was like, it's going to be long. It's going to be long. And it was a nothing. It was like 7th minute, just clattered him. And I was like, bro, this is going to be so long for us. And obviously, it didn't win at Anfield for like 400 years.
I think, it's nicer when they just let the game go a bit, because I think, like, especially in a derby, when it's so heated, like, booking someone that early it just kills the ref anyway, because that means now they've just got to book everyone for every foul. And there's so many of them. Whereas if you just leave the first couple, like, you can let the game flow a bit and it calms down after 5-10 minutes. But yeah, it was like Mane against Chelsea the other night, got booked after 5 seconds. And I thought, this guy, going to get sent off.
I was a bit mad though. I was thinking this guy was catching an early flight.
Yeah, like, he's trying to go AFCON really.
He's like, get me on that plane.
Nah. I was fuming because that he gets head loss, and I thought, nah, he's going to cost us the game. And then he scored, and I was like, all right. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, he's got a red card in his bank, hasn't he? It's not
definitely.
So
He tries to be sly, but he ain't got the brain for it. He gets caught all the time. Yeah.
It's an art, I'm telling you. Fouling and getting away with it.
The dark art.
It's a big time art. You got to like Jedi mind trick the referee, be like, "Oh, ref, like I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that." It's calm. I remember like playing like cult football and like people getting booked, and I was like, "Bro, I'd never seen someone get booked up till like under 13s." And we had a ref who was like handing them out willy nilly. I was like, he just got booked for swearing. Like, are you joking? Like, I couldn't believe it. It was absolutely mental. Jay, let's go on to your favorite subject, the Euros. There's the smile. How are you feeling about the Euros? Like, do you think, in terms of like an impact it's going to make, are you very excited?
Yeah, I think it's one of them now. I think it's come at the perfect time for women's football. Is that it's kind of obviously got the Sky deal now. It's got a lot more attention than it has done, and then to have like a big tournament now, I think will really like push it. So yeah, I think now is the perfect time, and yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see how it goes, especially now America in it gives us a bit of a chance. So
it does feel like, I didn't even think, like, just saying that, like having a really successful season, it's almost like a lap of honor. It's like a party at the end of the year. To be like, oh look, this is a taste, but like this is also all the other players, because that's what I felt like after the World Cup. I felt like everyone was on bang on it. Like England did did okay, and then it's like everyone was really in the mood for it. And then it's like, and then it was sort of like women's football was sort of put behind a shield again. Like, and you're like, oh, like you've really got to look to find it. Like if you're not on the FA Player and you don't know about it, or you don't really want to watch the FA Player, like it was hard. But now, like it's gonna be like, okay, people are on the WSL from being able to watch it just on TV, literally anywhere. And it's like, okay, now we've got the Euros, which is going to be on like, what do they call it? Domestic terrestrial? What do they call that? Oh, I work for BBC and I don't even know what it's called. What was it like? Oh, free to air. So yeah, free to air. So when it's like free to air, and then we go from that, and then it's okay, back again, and we've got more like free to air football. So I think it's just gonna like skyrocket, because people are like, oh yeah, I enjoyed this and I'm loving 100%. This. It's like, oh, what can I do now? And this is, I think, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, 100%. I think, especially, yeah, like you said, with the reaction of the men's and how well they did, I think that helps, because, you know, I think the whole country does come together when England play in major tournaments, and then, you know, if that's even the smallest bit reciprocated for the women, I mean, it'll be crazy to experience, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed. What obviously we're in 2022 now. Had a sick 2021. What are your goals for 2022?
You know, I was actually thinking about this the other day, because I wrote a little list for 2021, and then I opened them all. I put them in like a little box and hid them, and then I opened them all up 1st of Jan. So I'm having to do the same this year. I haven't actually wrote them yet, but I think for me it's just I think an England call up for me, regardless of age group, 23 or senior, is something that I think I can achieve, and I hope I will this year. And then I think, you know, just to be honest, for me right now, it's just playing consistently at this level. My goals at the start of the season were to play a certain amount of games, play a certain amount of minutes, because I didn't expect to be that person that was playing every week. Not thinking that I couldn't do it, I just didn't think I was going to be in that position. And then obviously now I've got to a point where I'm starting every week, and I'm playing as many minutes as I can. So now I'm like, all right, well, we need to take a step further now. So for me at the minute, yeah, it's continuing this and becoming that player in the team that they need and that you rely on. You know, scoring my first WSL goal, obviously it's going to come soon, definitely this year. So yeah, things like that. And then then we can progress from there and see where we get. But yeah, they're my main ones for this year.
I quite like that idea of like hiding away, because then I don't know about everyone else, but like sometimes when I make goals and I can readily check them almost, like it starts affecting my mental if I'm like, oh, I should be further along now.
Yeah.
But if like you did, put them in a box and come back to it, like over 12 months, like a lot can happen in turn. And instead of 2 months or a week, and you're like, oh, still haven't done that. I haven't made any moves towards that. Did you? How many did you achieve? A lot of your 2021? Yeah, 2021 goals. Did you? When you went back through them, was you like, oh, like I've done well here, or like overachieved?
Yeah, to be fair, so I forgot half that I wrote. I'm gonna go. They're only here. I'm gonna grab them. Yeah, I think one was playing the WSL.
Tick.
Like that. Play professional football full time. I got that. And then had some random ones, just not about football, stuff like pass my driving test.
Love it.
Get a car, did that. So there was stuff like random ones. So basically there's like a running joke with me that I'm like the least flexible person in the world. Like the whole team just ripped me about it. So one of my things was to start doing yoga.
Small strides.
Oh, honestly, that's how my stride length will get better if my legs could actually move. But honestly, they don't move. They're so bad. So yeah, so I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna commit to yoga. I'm gonna like really go for it. And I did it for like 3 months, I think, and then I just binned it off. But I'm gonna start it again this year, definitely, because.
Did you enjoy it? Like the 3 months that you did do?
Yeah. So basically, what happened was I would put like a 10-minute beginner video on, just to see what it was about. And the woman was sat like on the floor with her legs crossed, and I actually just can't do that. So it was like the first 3 seconds of the video, and I was like, "This is going to be terrible. I can't even."
Let's just watch some other YouTube, I reckon.
Yeah, so I was like, "Nah." Yeah. So to be fair, I enjoyed it once I did it, but I think because it was like once I started then playing for Leicester and stuff, I was kind of just not doing yoga, but doing all the stretches and stuff at training. So I'd kind of like binned off my YouTube video. But yeah, I mean, I will actually commit to it this year.
I think it's surprisingly hard. Like I've tried the YouTube videos, and YouTube videos I feel like are a bit easier because you can sort of pick your level. But like, I've been with like an instructor, and I've been like dripping with sweat, and I'm like, I'm gonna pass out. Like, I was like, do you feel better after? I'm like, no, bro, like, my body hurts. Like, I had to plank for 4 hours. What are you talking about? Did that feel good?
Yeah, it ain't relaxing at all. We did like a team one not long ago at this like spa place, and this man was like putting us through our paces, and honestly, we were all like moaning and like just knackered straight after. Like no one could move. Everyone was sweating. Like we just like all finished training and gone out, like been in the shower and come back to yoga. We all needed to go back and shower again because we were actually like more tired probably from the yoga than training, because it was like impossible. And the bloke obviously was so good at it, so he was like finding it really easy. I was looking around thinking, like, hoping that everybody else found it as hard as I did. But yeah, it was so hard. That's why I can't commit to it. But yeah, I'm gonna try.
It is hard. Like my worst thing is when the instructor like tries to like put you in the like you're like this is me, and he's like, nah, put your shoulders down. You're like, my shoulders don't go that far. Like, bro, I know my body. Like I can't. Like, yeah, like that's it. That's my range of movement. Is I'm like, just trust me that I'm trying my best. Don't it? Like, I'm not trying to shortchange anyone. And if I'm shortchanging anyone, it's me, because it's my body. It's like, bro, like this is it. And it's like, just do it. You're like no, like it hurts.
That is so mean.
They do like some mad yoga. I've seen them do like, I watched one with Kevin Hart, and he did it with like goats. I've seen people doing it with puppies, hot yoga. I think this is mental. Imagine doing yoga with a puppy. Like, you wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to cross your legs. But like, we sat across my legs, puppy in my lap.
Nah,
I'm telling you, I couldn't be like I don't know, child's pose, and that's not actually a child pose is all right. You have to crouch on like a little beam on the floor. I can do that one easy. It's my favorite one.
No, you seem like you know your stuff about yoga.
Hey, listen, I know like three yoga positions, and I've wheeled off one of them, and you're buzzing. Look at it, like this. You just got to know a little bit. This is my whole philosophy. Know a little bit about a lot of stuff, and people just think you're like a genius. Got Jay. I don't know if I'm pointing the right way. I'm pointing to him on my screen. Got Jay the last podcast with a fact about humans. He was loving it, like gobbled it up, mate. Couldn't believe it. Look at him. He loves it.
It was so funny. It's
a good fact, though. It's a good fact. Like, basically, I don't want to wheel it out in 2 podcasts in a row, but we can cut this out. This one's just for you, Shannon. Basically, humans, used to run down their prey. So we didn't before, like we had weapons and that, like cavemen times. They'd just like chase a mammoth until the mammoth died, and then eat it. True.
How do you know that?
Endurance hunting, it's cool.
That is so funny.
I swear to you, it's like a mental fact. But the thing is, you tell anyone it, and they're like, "What? That's mad." Like I'm saying, if you went into training now and said, "Oh, listen, I heard this."
Tomorrow, I'm dropping that in.
Yeah.
We've got you need quiz. I'm dropping it in.
Oh yeah, that's a banging one. But no, like if you ever, no, like when I wish I knew it, like back in the day, no, like you go start somewhere new, and they're like, "What's your name?" and tell us an interesting fact.
Yeah. What you would bring that up?
Oh, now I would. I'd spin the whole room. They think I'm a genius. You got to time it perfectly. I'd wait until like you're on like the running machines and be like, "Oh, but do you know what?" Like, and when someone's like, "I'm well tied," be like, "Listen, you know."
Back in the day.
Imagine back in the day, you know, you like propaganda. They used to run down a saber tooth, like it was mental. Yeah, 100% true fact, mental. Right, back on topic. Let's just go. Let's do like a couple of random questions. Shannon, what are you watching at the moment? I want to know, like series wise, films wise. What's taking your fancy?
I've just watched Hawkeye on Disney Plus because I'm a bit of a Marvel fan. That was really good. And I've just watched Landscapers, is it on ITV or BBC, about this couple that like kill their parent or something. I don't know. It was a bit mad, but it was good.
I thought you was going to say like when you said Landscapers.
Yeah, they were doing
like gardens.
Nah. No, it was some mad program, but it was apparently it's a true story. But yeah, it was really good to be fair. What else am I watching? I'm actually going to cinema tonight to watch SpiderMan again, just because I loved it.
You've already seen it once?
Yeah, I've already seen it.
Jay, have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it the second day it came out. Because the thing is, I didn't want spoilers. I just knew spoilers would just take over. So I said, I'll get furious if I see a spoiler. So just had to.
You know what? When it comes to spoilers, I'm not really bothered. I'm one of them people that will not like if you watch like a docu-series or not a mockumentary, what do they call biopic.
Yeah,
I'll just Google it and find out if the character dies. I'll just find out, like if it's true, if it's a true story, I don't mind. And also if I ask you for spoilers that I want to know, don't be like, "Oh no, I don't want to spoil it for you." Like if I was like, "Oh, what happened in SpiderMan?" Like I want to know, innit? So I can be ready. It's not. I feel like if unexpected spoilers are the worst. They're the ones you don't want. Well, this is probably controversial because I like Marvel, but I don't like Spider-Man. Like
screaming.
I swear to you, I just don't know. Just don't really rate him. I just think they're changing Spider-Man as well.
I think they've got the right balance now. Like right now, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man because he reminds me of a kid. Like Toby wasn't a kid. Andrew wasn't a kid. It's like
he's a man, bro. I think
Toby's the best. Toby's the best, but Tom is the most kid. So I see. I
saw a good thing. It was like someone said Toby was the best. I can't even think what the kid's name.
I know the tweet you're talking about.
Yeah, Andrew.
What's his name? Peter Parker.
Yeah.
You really hate Spider-Man.
I don't rate him, bro. I swear to you, I don't rate him.
You're like Jameson.
I just don't rate him as a superhero. But this is mad because also Batman's my favorite superhero, being got powers. But
yeah,
I'll leave that to another day because
I'm
not really loving DC anymore. Like, and also, is he a Superman or is he just Elon Musk? You know what I mean? Like, it's a sticky one. It's just like Jeff Bezos if he done Muay Thai, and basically. But yeah, like I don't know what it is about Spider-Man. I just don't think his origin story is great.
Why not?
I just think he should be No, I like that. I like that. But also when I was younger, I think it's a bit too unrealistic because now I'm seeing spiders and I'm wanting it every time. But like the whole, why is he's a superhero, yeah? Who killed Uncle Ben?
Batman, I swear. I swear Batman killed him. I think so.
Bro, that can't. Batman's DC.
I swear Batman had something to do with it.
Batman?
I think Batman had something to do with Spider-Man.
You're meant to be a Marvel fan. You're saying Batman.
I'm not a Marvel fan.
It was that guy that, some guy like...
Oh, yeah! I'm so stupid.
And then he runs out.
Yeah, the Sandman. Flint Marko. Yeah. That's who killed Uncle Ben.
Is he still alive? Has Spider-Man killed him?
No, they blessed it.
See what I mean? You're not a superhero in my books, bro.
He is a superhero.
You can shoot webs from your wrist.
He actually can't. Most of them
can't avenge your own.
The only one that can is Toby.
Yeah.
Or even so, you can web man up.
I found that so funny when the others couldn't do it. Are you even a spider? You're really a scientist. You're not even a spider anymore.
Have you not seen Kick-Ass?
Nah.
Yeah, both of them.
You've not seen that?
Nah.
You should watch that. Add that to your list. It's like, is it a superhero film? I don't know if it's a superhero film.
It's like a superhero spoof kind of thing.
But not like it's actually decent. Like it is actually decent. And it's just like, I feel like it sort of takes the piss out of Batman.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's a good watch.
I love it. Is it on Netflix?
It'll be on something.
I think one of them is. The second one might be, I think.
Oh, the second one's not as good. But yeah, I never really loved Spider-Man. I don't know what it is about it. But that I'm just gonna sound like a Marvel hater, and I love Marvel still. But also going back to Hawkeye. Talk me through that. Talk me through the series. But make me want to watch it because I don't love the actor. I think he's a fake Daniel Craig.
See, I thought Hawkeye was literally the most pointless superhero in the Avengers. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, it's Robin Hood.
Why is this guy getting his own series? He's so dead. But it's actually really good. Like I didn't expect it, but I think. Have you watched any of the other ones? Like any of the other TV shows like Loki and that?
Oh no.
I think that's the best one.
In my head, Marvel should be, if I'm watching real life Marvel, people with powers, it's got to be a film for me. I used to watch like X-Men when I was a kid, like the cartoon version.
Yeah.
Sick. I love all of that, but I feel like, how long was the episode? Like 40 minutes, half an hour?
I feel, probably like 45.
God, I'm grilling you like you created it. I'm so sorry. I'm like, how long are the episodes?
Hey,
tell me about this fake Daniel Craig. I'm grilling. You're like, listen, I just watched it. I'm not even got a full subscription. I'm just doing 330 days. I just want to watch it. But yeah,
I actually
don't know about him.
No, I didn't think he was good either, but it's actually good. I can't lie.
Maybe I've started watching Grey's. Is it Grey's Anatomy, the Doctor one?
Oh, that was my next one. That is my favorite program ever.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you watched a lot of them then?
Yeah. So I started watching them last year in lockdown because I've always wanted to watch it, but obviously there's like 18 series and there's like
so many
25 episodes a series, something like that. So yeah, I thought I'm never gonna have the time, and then once lockdown hit, I was like, you know what, I'm getting them like done now. So then it took me like a year and a half, which is actually like really bad for me. But sometimes when like big things happened in it, I just couldn't watch it anymore. Like I actually like got me upset, or, like, got me angry. Yeah, I had to take that.
Thank God that season's over. I'm exhausted.
Honestly, I was taking like 2-week breaks because I just couldn't face the next episode.
So funny.
But But yeah, that is so sick. If you haven't watched it, then I definitely would watch that. That is my favorite.
What's your medical knowledge now? Like, are you a bit of a whiz? Do you reckon? Do you like see stuff and you're like, yeah, polarise that?
Nah, seriously.
You're like, yeah, like listen, that's like when someone comes off injured, you fly over, you're like, give me my stethoscope. You're like, listen, nah, you're all right. You're like, get her to the ER. Let's go.
I swear down, I actually feel like I could actually be a doctor, and that's not even like. I genuinely feel like I have the knowledge. I think someone in my family like had an allergic reaction to something not long ago, but they didn't know what it was. And I was like, that's an allergic reaction to this. I knew it was, and it fully was. And I was like, listen, this is from watching Grey's. I know exactly what's going on. And they were like, they actually believed me because I was so confident and it was right. So yeah, I feel like I actually could be a doctor.
I always feel like that. No, after watching like a murder mystery, I'm like, bro, I would have solved that. Oh, I would have solved that in 2 days. I'm like, this last 4 years, I'd have done that. Like, it's mental how these programs, like, they must just be like that good. Like, they must like they just gas you up so bad. You think, you know what, I could do this. But I was saying, I was having a conversation with my girlfriend. I went, do you reckon Meredith, like the main character?
Yeah.
I was like, do you reckon she knows like so much about, because essentially she's been playing a character of a doctor longer than some people be in like med school.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, surely like she must know like so much like medical stuff. It would be mental. But imagine like you just like, oh, I just read it. I don't really know it.
I don't remember my lines. I just double take.
But some I can't remember who it was. Someone did that like, I think it was like French, and he didn't know any French, or she didn't know any French, and they just read the lines, and people were like, oh, do you know French? I'm like, nah.
It's like Justin Bieber, isn't it? Despacito. Like, ask him to recite it again. It's like, God doesn't know.
What? He's no. I know.
He doesn't know the words.
He doesn't know the words. Like, he did a concert, and they were asking for it like 2 months after the song came out, and it's like he didn't know what he was saying, and they were like, "What?
Mad?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah." So they just did track by track. He doesn't.
I feel like it'd be harder to sing the song without knowing what it means, because you can never remember it. Like, if maybe
I don't know.
Learn it.
I don't know. I've been blasting out Despacito in the shower, and I ain't got a clue.
Yeah,
I don't got a clue what it means. Belting it. But yeah, no, I don't know if it's.
Nah, you don't know. You don't know.
I bet because I always think that. No, like when you go to different countries and like you go in a taxi and they're like blasting some grime, and I'm like, do you not know what this means? True, and like my little brother, my parents live in Spain now, and my little brother, his school used to play music like before they went to school, so they'd be on the playground and they'd be blasting some music, and he'd be like, oh, he'd have to tell his teacher, because then English is like, okay, obviously it's a Spanish school, so they speak like Spanish, obviously, and he'd be like, oh, miss, like this song's saying loads of bad words.
He's saying a madness.
She'd be like, what do you mean? He's like this song is like mental, like saying some like really naughty words. And they had to like stop playing loads of songs. Because all these kids are picking up like little English bits, and it's just like
so funny.
Like mental tunes, and they're just like, yeah, this is all right. It's just music, isn't it? Like they don't know what it means, so they're just playing it, and it's like they don't have, because it's probably just being played on someone's Spotify or whatever. Yeah. It's like it's not like the censored version, so explicit version. Bosh, get out of there. Like, let's have it. And all these 7-year-olds singing swear words, singing about all sorts of mad stuff. And my brother's going, "I miss this. Like this isn't what we should be listening to." How mental is that? Like, you wouldn't have. You just have no clue. You just think, "Oh, this is a bit of a bop. Like, let's play this." But I've done it with like, I used to listen to like loads of like Zola, it's a French rapper. I used to like bang it, and I didn't have a clue what he was saying. I didn't know I was pronouncing the words right. I remember thinking it was sick, and one of my friends is from France. I went, oh, like Zola's pretty sick, and she was like, listen, Zola's pony. Like, she was like, his lyrics are bad, and I was like, oh yeah, they are quite bad. It was embarrassing. I was like, I've not got a clue, but it's what it is, you know. Like, if it sounds all right, why not? Just crack on.
No, that's funny.
Oh yeah, as a footballer, when you get the water, does everyone share it, or do you get your own? Like, you know, sometimes you see people drinking. Like, is it your own, or do you share it?
Well, I think now it has to be your own, surely.
Yeah.
Because that would cause some problems. But no, to be fair, we've always had our own bottles, but like sometimes they'll just throw you like a random Lucozade or something.
Yeah.
And like I get it, and I know it's open, and I'm like, who drank that?
Swillback, like, I know some of you do Swillback. I'm not drinking after you lot.
So and now, especially now, we have this like big ice box, and it's full of like random different drinks, but then we have our like separate water on the side. So you'll get like it's like a fruit drink, but if I put it back in there, I can't, because I know other people are just going to start drinking it, and then I'll go and grab it and get it back. It's like a free for all in this box. So once you take it out, you've got to just keep it out, because honestly, some people like, I'll go and grab my drink and somebody's already like opened it, start drinking it, and I'm like, keep it.
Nah, I can't do that either. That stuff like that stresses me out. I was always that kid when it's like someone's like, "Oh, can I have some of your drink?" Be like, boiling. I'm like, "Listen, bro, like I can't really share with you today. I don't want to do it."
That happened to me. I was on a school trip at like a court, and to go for like security, to go for like this mad court, and my mate had a bottle of water in my bag, so I put my bag through, and they were like, "Can you drink the water? Because like I need to know it ain't like drugs or something." So I was like, "Well, I ate my water." And she was like, "Well, you ain't having your bag unless you drink the water." And I was like, "I don't want to drink it. It ain't mine." And
I'll just pour it out.
And my mate was like, "Don't drink it, don't drink it."
Oh,
and I was like, "Look, this guy's actually gonna like take me out there and like ring the police or something." So I had to drink this water, and my mate was fuming at me the whole day. And I was like, "I don't know what you want me to do." Like, it's just all like prison.
I can't believe you went on a school trip to a court.
Yeah.
Was it like was there a case going on, like a live court?
Yeah, fully. It was sixth form, and we went to it was like for sociology. We went to this thing, and we literally sat in people's like actual cases, like some mad cases. Like there was like a murder case. Like we was just sat in there, like
mad.
Yeah, it was mad. I didn't think. Wow, I thought we was just going in having a tour, and they were just like, yeah, go in this one. It's like armed robbery. This one's like fraud, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but we're sat in there for like hours on end listening to these random people like up for trial.
Oh my god, that's mental. I want to do jury service. I think that like being able to be on the jury looks sick.
Well, they said that if you ever do it, like if you get put in a fraud case, then you're finished because you're going to be there for like you're going to be on jury service for like a year or something. Whereas like if you want to be on it, you need to be on it somewhat short so you get out of the way.
Nah, because if you're like I feel like if it was a really interesting trial, you wouldn't mind if it was there. You were there for a while. You're not allowed to like come home and speak about it or anything, are you?
Nah, man.
That's mental. Because like,
how do they know though? That's the thing.
Yeah, they ain't
pillow talk.
Unless someone you tell and then it gets out, but
someone tweets it.
Yeah.
Just tweet the whole case.
Yeah.
Put it on a poll. What do you reckon? Do you reckon this guy's guilty or innocent?
Imagine you're in bed just laying back, just talking like, and this happened. They're like, yeah, what else happened? What else was there for?
But it is like, I just think it'd be so like, not amazing because you're sort of deciding someone's fate. It's like in your hands with a couple of other people. But like being part of the whole thing, I think would be like mental. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's probably been glorified from TV, to be fair, but like, I remember my parents being like, "Oh, like you don't want to get jury duty. It's boring." And I'm like, "No, like jury duty can be sick, you know. Like if you get a good case, but I guess like everyone probably gets like parking fine. I just have juries for parking fine.
Yeah,
speeding. You're like, boom, closed case. You're like, yeah, speed up. Yeah. Like you don't really want. That's not really the case you want. If you've got an interesting one, I'm sold. I'll be on it. You'll probably go home and watch like loads of law programs and be like, "Listen, I'm qualified now. Move over, judge. I'm in. Put me in the game." That would be mad. I'll be up for that. I'm not gonna lie. Right. I feel like we can call it there. I think we've had a good chat. I'll let you get on with your evening. Shannon, thank you so much for coming on. Jay, big pleasure as always. You have to come on again. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, definitely. Loved it. Thanks for having me on.